What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Ace coming at you with another one. So let me start off by saying Happy New Year's to everybody, man. We are officially in 2019. I hope everybody had great holidays, man. A Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all that good stuff. But with that out the way, we are in 2019, man. And we do have some heat coming in 2019. 3 classics that I'm looking forward to right off the bat. Those are just releases that popped in my head right off the jump. Bread 4s, Bread 11s, and the Infrared 6s. I know the Infrared 6s come first, but the other 2 I'm anticipating a little bit more. So those are 3 shoes that I'm looking forward to, and we got a lot more coming soon. We'll talk about that later on. But what I recently picked up, man, I figured I'd go ahead and start 2019 off with a banger. So I treated myself a Christmas, New Year's present, I guess you could say, to myself. I usually don't like breaking this type of bread on a pair of shoes, but let me say this. I saw this Snkr, okay? Saw tons and tons and tons of images on IG, social media, whatever, and the shoe was dope. It was dope, but it wasn't something that I was really pressed about. I wasn't like, I gotta have that shoe, nothing like that. But I went to a local consignment store, not consignment, like a sneaker boutique, and when I saw this shoe in hand, man, I literally became infatuated. Like, from the moment I put that shoe in my hand, turned it around, looked at it, I knew at that moment I'm gonna take whatever moves necessary to get this shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether I gotta sell a couple pairs of shoes, whatever the case may be, I got to have this shoe in my collection. It was that dope in person. So no matter how close of a visual I give you in this video, or how good of a review I can give you, it's not gonna do this shoe justice, man. If you live close to a consignment store or a sneaker boutique, even if you don't plan on buying it, man, next time you're there, look at this shoe in person, dog. It's a super fucking dope shoe. Excuse my language. But with all that being said, man, let's look at the shoe. Bam, you see the box. Alright? Now, you see that box? That box came out on a few different Jordans throughout the year. One that I can think of right off the bat is the Jeter Low 11s. Jeter 11 Lows. You got the lately made ones that just recently dropped. There's a few pairs of shoes with this box. But when you turn it that way and you see what that is, that's a dead giveaway about what this shoe is, man. You already know what time it is. You see that tag? Take a good look at that just in case anybody tries to get off on you. Make sure you know what's legit. So what it is, the Jordan 1 High OG Union collab, alright? You got your StockX stuff. Now you do got you see StockX is sending out new receipts rather than to send you a whole big piece of paper. They're just sending you these now. And I spent a pretty penny on these shoes, man. So what I did was I just sold a couple pairs of doubles that I had. That way I wasn't really losing out, because this shoe was just that, it was that necessary. Bam. The Jordan 1 High OG Union, Storm Blue. Now, they did come out with 2 colorways, and this one right here was just it for me. Like, this sold me. So, if you guys don't know, Union is a brand that's based out of LA. The owner / operator, his name's Chris Gibbs. And man, if you ever see this video, salute to you, brother, because you killed this collab right here. Chris Gibbs versus Virgil Abloh. There has never been an off-white sneaker that I was really pressed about to where I'm like, I gotta have that shoe. None of them. I love the Chicago ones. I like the UNC ones. And I like the OG Prestos, the first ones that they dropped. But this shoe right here was one of those shoes where I'm like, I got to have that. No matter what the resale is, I got to have it. And I never felt that way about any of the other shoes from any of the other designers. So Chris Gibbs, like I said, man, hats off to you, bro. You killed it. Now let's talk about the shoe. You got your blue outsole, okay? Now your midsole is like this yellowish vintage aged look. What it basically reminds me of is, if you've never experienced this, then I don't know what kind of childhood you had. Let's just say you have an old pair of Forces. This is what it reminds me of. When I was a kid, I used to stay with like some white Forces or whatever. And when they would get dirty, I would try to like touch them up with bleach and clean them off. And when you put bleach on a midsole after a period of time, that's the look it gives. It's like that yellowish aged midsole. So once you get up into the upper, you have this A1 leather quality, definitely super thick, nice leather, very tumbled here in the mid panel. Then once you get to the Nike swoosh, they bring back that like classic suede Nike check. And then one other thing I forgot to mention is, if you look at the leather cut on this, they give off that like yellowish vintage look. Try to get a good look in there. Like that yellow worn out leather type look. Then, so what they did is they took the top of a bread, made it look like they cut it in half, and put the top half of a bread onto a storm blue. So you got two classic colorways in this sneaker right here. And breads are one of my favorite of all time. One of my favorite sneakers of all time, the bread ones. So to take a bread one, basically cut it in half, add a storm blue bottom to the bottom of it, is just a dope ass concept. So you got this like Frankenstein cut where it's like cut and sewn together. Then once you get up into the back piece of this upper right here, you got this like tethered leather where it's all worn out. If you've played with the same leather basketball for like 5 years, you already know what type of feeling that is. Then once you get to the tongue, it's got that deconstructed tongue with that foam hanging out. And let me just go ahead and say this for y'all, man. Off-White is not the ones that started that. So that shit's been going on. People been doing that. So you get into the insole of the shoe, and it's got a special insole with union and writing and stuff, and all a bunch of different writing and stuff on there. I'm not going to go ahead and take that out. But I will tell you, listen, if you are trying to, you see they got the Big Wings logo. Supersized. So if you are trying to buy a pair of these, if you're not going through a completely reliable source, I'm going to tell you what to look out for, man. If you see that stitching right there, first off, let me put it like this. I've seen a lot of black tote pairs floating around that are fake. Haven't seen barely any of the Storm Blues fake, but I have spotted one, so I know they're out there. So the biggest way to tell is if you look at that stitching right there, you see how it's like a thicker thread and it's like tightly sewn in. It's tightly sewn in with a thicker thread. Now the fakes are gonna have it's gonna be a very cheap look. Like that thread's not sewn in very good, and it's like single thread, like single little thin thread. You'll see what I'm talking about when you look at that and then you see a fake. So it's not sewn in very good. And now the Storm Blue pair that I saw that was fake, the threading actually looked good on it, but the Wings logo was a small original size logo. So those are the two main things that you want to look out for, is the threading and the wing size. You want to make sure that those are both a pass. And not only that, but on the hang tags, on the fake ones, it does not say Union. It just has this hang tag. So those three things together, as long as it's got all three of those, you should be good. But you know what I'm saying, they're always updating fakes, so you just got to be careful, man. Best way to go when you're gonna go pay something like this, anytime a fake, if the price is too good to be true, man, that's why I get people that ask me all the time, hey, is this fake? Bro, if a price is too good to be true, then yeah, it's probably fake. Unless it's worn. Unless it's really worn. But they're calling this sneaker of the year for 2018, man. What do y'all think? Do you like the bread pair, or I'm sorry, the black toe pair better than the Storm Blues? Or do you like the black toes better? I'm going to say the Storm Blues are killing it, because when you take the two of them, this isn't the Union, but I'm going to tell you, with the black toe Unions, the only difference really is this black leather up here, and this black right here is gray. And then it's got the Union tag, the wings are bigger, and then it's got that yellowing on the leather. So that's really the only differences between this and the Union pair. So if I already got the black toes, I'm not going to pay 600 plus just to have a tag on there that says Union. This is unique, it's different, and it's just fire, bro. Like, I had to have them. So black toe Unions or Storm Blue Unions, which ones do y'all like better? Is it sneaker of the year? And for anybody who has actually got the audacity to put these in the same category as those not for resales, if you're putting not for resales up in the same category as Unions, smack your own damn self, man, because that's crazy. Like, that just shows that you're hype beast, because those not for resales, like, they're hype, but they're not dope. Like, they're not sick shoes. If in my mind, I feel like they're just like making a mockery, putting stuff, no photos. To me, in my opinion, when I first saw those, I thought they were a bootleg. I thought somebody bootlegged those shoes. So, in fact, those were probably one of the worst Jordan 1 releases of 2018. So, just because it has hype around it does not put it in the category of a Union. Some shit just blows me in the sneaker community, man. But anyhow, man, that's the Union Jordan 1s. I was just super excited about them, man. I felt like I had to have them. They just had to be a part of the collection. So let me know what y'all think about them, man. And since we are into 2019, man, like I said, 2018, I was just getting my feet wet. 2019, I'm applying pressure, bro. So hit that subscribe button, push on post notifications, and can you hit that thumbs up one time for me? Alright, I'd appreciate it. But on that note, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all be easy. Until the next one, holla at your boy. Peace.